10 unusual genetic mutations in humans, most shocking genetic mutations in peoples. All of us wanted to have perfect and healthy life. No two people are alike, due to the slightly different ways our genomes are expressed. But sometimes these biological differences lead to genetic mutations that are extremely rare, and sometimes debilitating. Historically, many people suffering from these mutations were labeled monsters or freaks. Here are 10 of the most unusual genetic mutations we have identified in humans. Icterodactyly. Formerly known as lobster claw hand, individuals with this disorder have a cleft where the middle finger or toe should be. These split hand, split foot malformations are rare limb deformities which can manifest in any number of ways, including cases including only the thumb and one finger. It's also associated with hearing loss. Genetically speaking, it's caused by several factors, including deletions, translocations, and inversions in chromosome 7. Proteus syndrome. This is also called elephant man. It's a condition in which bones, skin, and other tissues are overgrown. Individuals typically have organs and tissues that grow out of proportion with the rest of their body. Signs of the disorder don't usually appear until about 6 to 18 months after birth. It occurs in less than 1 in 1 million people. The disorder results from a mutation in the ACT1 gene causing mosaicism. As cells grow and divide, some cells exhibit the mutation, while others do not. The resulting mixture of normal and abnormal cells is what causes the overgrowth. Epidermal dysplasia verruciformis. This disorder is extremely rare and it makes people prone to widespread human papillomavirus infection. This infection causes scaly macules and papules to grow on the hands, feet, and even face. They are wart-like lesions and sometimes even wood-like and horn-like growths. The skin tumors start to emerge in people between the age of 20 and 40, and the growths tend to appear on areas exposed to the sun. There is no known cure, though treatments to scale back the growths are possible. Hypertrichosis. Do you believe werewolves exist or not? Hypertrichosis is also called werewolf syndrome. People with hypertrichosis have excessive hair on the shoulders, face, and ears. Studies have implicated it to a rearrangement of chromosome 8. It happens due to a disruption of the crosstalk between the epidermis and the dermis as hair follicles form in the 3-month fetus at the eyebrows and down to the toes. Signals from the dermis send the messages to form follicles, which results in the equispacing of our 5 million or so follicles. Unretan syndrome. This is a controversial condition, whose most obvious property is that people who suffer from it walk on all fours. UTS is a syndrome that was discovered by the Turkish biologist Unretan after studying 5 members of the Ula family in rural Turkey. These individuals walk with a quadrupedal locomotion, use primitive speech, and have a congenital brain impairment. Vestigial tail. We all have tails at embryo level, but it removed before the birth. Vestigial tail is when a child is born with a semi-functional tail, complete with muscles, nerves, skin, and blood vessels. It is believed to be caused by a mutation of the genes that exist in infants to cause the cellular death of body parts that are not needed. Mermaid syndrome. Babies born with what is called mermaid syndrome have both of their legs fused together into one. Most babies born with this pass away due to bladder and kidney problems, but there are also reports of people that did not experience those complications and live relatively normal lives. Baby was born with her legs completely fused, giving her the appearance of a mermaid. 1 in every 70,000 babies has this disorder. Conjoined twins. We are all familiar with the tales of Siamese twins. It is, of course, a rare disorder in which twins are born joined together at one or more parts of their bodies. In the most rare cases, children can be born joined at the top of their head. Sometimes Siamese twins can be separated, allowing both to live full lives, but more frequently, this is not possible. Fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva. children who are born with this disease grow bone in areas that are hurt. Where a child is injured and would normally scar or have their skin grow back, the child suffering from fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva develops bone in sufficiently large quantities that it can become debilitating, with the excess bone fusing joints. The bone cannot be removed in surgery because it would cause more bone to grow in the surgery wounds. Progeria. Progeria occurs in 1 in 8 million births. It causes a child to look aged well beyond their years. Children with progeria lose their hair, develop wrinkles, and take on the facial characteristics of the very old. Severe arterial damage caused by the disease means that most sufferers die by the time they hit adolescence.